kiwi.
Like you, I remember watching every victim with acute precision. Every time I hold you, my blunt companion. I remember, I dismember.
So what were
lungs and livers and I don't know the rest. Fuck.
So what were we gonna talk about?
Well, that was Repo the Genetic Opera.
That was right.
It's so bad. It's so bad. It's good.
Fucking movie.
I've seen it with you. I don't remember that part because I
17.
I blanked it out of my memory. All I remember is that Shiloh wants to go outside.
Yeah, she says that while she's
outside.
The best song is the Zydrate song with.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's the best one.
For sure, because the guy who wrote the musical sings the song. So
yeah,
of course he's gonna give himself the best song.
Yeah.
Like Mel Brooks and Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah.
True visionaries.
Although I feel like with Lin-Manuel Miranda, there's a little bit of ego.
Well, yeah, no one else is going to cast him in a main role. He needs to make one for himself.
So you didn't answer my question. What were we going to talk about?
Well, Caleb was going to bitch about The Matrix.
Oh, yeah, so I saw The Matrix.
Yeah, let's hear it. I heard it was...
Okay.
Which Matrix? The new one?
Before all this is going to be outdated immediately because we're not going to upload this during the day. It's New Year's, folks. We're doing another fireworks
My dear
special.
Some New Year.
Are we going to get copyright strike from you singing these songs?
No, because I'm singing them poorly.
Glass vial.
You know those vials I used to have? The one like the strawberry DNA and then the
other
other one?
And my cum, yeah. I don't know where that went.
No one knows what we're talking about.
I had in class we had to do like in science class. We did. Do you remember that, Ryan?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, we had to like we did some weird processes to get like strawberry down to its basis, like DNA form.
Yes.
And then I took another one because bleep that out. Had a big fucking box of these like little tiny vials.
They're
I took
plastic
one home
little
and
vials.
I fucking jerked off into one and I.
Hey Ryan, if I go home tonight and I like take a really close-up video of me eating a kiwi, can you put it on the channel?
Okay.
Okay.
Are you actually gonna do it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
You just send me the video on your phone or through email or something.
You gotta do like how I was eating the watermelon. Just we'll put that as the cold open of this video.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So The Matrix. This is a spoiler cast, so warning to anyone who hasn't seen.
We gotta put in those very loud siren noises.
One more thing before we continue with this Matrix talk. Mm-hmm. It'll be the 20th episode of Hang With the Boys.
20th? special! 20th episode, New Year's special!
So it's a New Year's. So there'll be a third season, then every 10 episodes will be in.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, so this is the last episode of
the
theme song?
Yeah.
Hey, this is great!
Alright, so this is the season finale.
Yeah.
The boys who aren't here are going to be pissed for doing this.
Well, no. See, we could do a part 1 and then a part 2 tomorrow.
We could.
Let's do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
This will be part 1.
Okay, so Matrix talk again. Big spoilers. If generic, if you haven't seen it yet.
Sorry, buddy.
I don't think he's watching us anymore.
Oh. Fuck you.
we got a different commenter. It's Apple the DM.
I don't think.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, shout out to Apple.
On our first video we ever put.
I don't think that person watches anymore.
I have another commenter.
Shout out to Apple and the 60 bots that watch us.
There's one commenter on the Strahd video too. Let me look it up.
Yeah, that one's got like 70-something views.
I'll tell you the comment. I'll read it out loud because I appreciate all you who comment on our videos, which is very few. Sorry to interrupt your Matrix discussion.
I haven't even started yet, so I guess it's not really an interruption.
This is a preliminary. Okay. Caleb Anderson. Damn, he says, damn, these are the type of dudes I want to play D&D with. Curse of Strahd is pretty dope too. On our first episode of Strahd.
Hey, thanks for the comment. We'll never play with you.
You're the fake Caleb.
I'm the real Caleb. Thank you very much.
Why don't you change your name to
Caleb?
What was Neo's real name? There's something Anderson.
Mr.
Thomas.
Change your first name to Thomas, faggot.
I was gonna use the Anderson as a segue to talk about Matrix, but
I'm sorry for calling you a faggot.
You stole that from me. Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, don't listen. So where the fuck can I even begin with this?
What is the Matrix?
Give us your rating. First off,
that should be the thing at the end.
No, so we're gonna Tarantino this. Give us your rating.
2 out of 5.
Now explain why you gave it that 2 out of 5.
So, the movie is really split into like 3 acts, is what it feels like, and it feels like hard acts. Like you can tell when it changes.
Okay.
I know you're never gonna watch it. I know you already know what happens.
Yeah.
So the way it's broken up is in the Matrix in the beginning, in the real world, back to the Matrix.
Okay.
That's weird.
This first section where it's in the Matrix is so fucking boring. It is so horrible because it starts off and it's
Does it start out with the blue-haired chick talking to the Morpheus character?
No. Well, kind of. It starts off as a reimagining of Trinity's chase scene from the first movie.
Oh.
And then it's like, but it's not Carrie-Anne Moss.
The very beginning of the first movie.
Yes, so it's not Carrie-Anne Moss.
What's her name? Bugs?
No. And then Bugs shows up.
Okay.
And is like is watching Matrix 1 happen. And it's just like, that's fucking weird. What's going on with all this? And then all the agents show up like they do.
I heard it was really weirdly meta.
All the agents who were in, the first movie show up, and Smith is Morpheus. And then, Bugs, like, drops in and sort of, like, ruins the scene and gets into a bit of a scuffle. And there's a bit where Morpheus and Bugs, here, I'm just going to say this real quick.
Morpheus was like
Bugs is actually good.
I've heard that she was actually decent.
She's not bad. And, fuck. Oh my god, I can't remember her name. Jessica something.
Chastain?
No. Chadwick, I don't know. She's actually a good actress. Everything I've seen her in, she's been solid.
Okay. I see someone with multicolored hair, and I'm immediately just.
She's only multicolored in the Matrix. When she gets to the real world, she has normal hair.
Okay.
Because remember, everyone's fucking weird when they go in the Matrix.
That's right. Yeah.
Are they ideal? They're ideal person?
No, they're just like weird early 2000s leather.
Yeah.
And they try to keep that up in this, but they try to modernize it, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she walks in, and her and young Morpheus end up falling into the white hallways that the architect is in from Matrix Reloaded immediately, like right off the bat.
I need to see these movies.
You haven't seen all the Matrix movies?
I saw a little bit of 3 because I remember watching the last like half of it at my house with you.
Okay, so do you remember the the old white guy in the white clothes at the very end who's like talking to the Oracle?
I remember the parody that was played by George Carlin and fucking.
God damn! So you're not gonna understand anything I'm talking about.
What? That's fine.
The architect is the program that runs the Matrix. Basically, okay. He's a program based off of the guy who created like the concept of the Matrix.
Okay.
Isn't the architect the name of the guy who has the fat wife?
It's Pierce Brosnan.
That's Pierce Brosnan.
We'll explain that later on.
Yeah. So basically, there's just like an undercurrent of like a hallway in the Matrix where you can open the door and here's one room. Open a door. Here's a room on the other side of the world, kind of thing. They fall into one of those, and they end up falling
this for a lot of whatever
for 5 seconds, and they end up like the first room they go into is Neo's apartment from the first movie.
Huh.
Is that where I saw like a preview of Keanu Reeves with a bald cap and then the short hair on afterward?
No, because he's not in the apartment. And then she's just like, "Oh, you're not supposed to be here." Blah 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 blah. Where are we at right now? I don't know. Okay, here, take this red pill. So she gives the red pill to young Morpheus, and he's just like, "Oh, yeah, I'm not Smith." And then they extract him because he touches the mirror and it sticks to him just like how it sticks to Neo, and then it kind of like, I'm probably misremembering, but then it switches to like some cuts of Neo and Bugs together.
Okay. Where
like Bugs is like in the Matrix trap still, and she sees Neo on like about to jump off a roof to kill himself.
Oh.
And then she like wakes up and she's normal, and I guess it's like just seeing him is enough to like red pill someone now. To a degree, and then it'll get to like Neo because they've established Neo is still alive, and they like cut to him, and Neo is now a game developer. He's
from programmer to game developer. That doesn't seem too.
He's basically Todd Howard is what they make him out like.
It's just really
working for the studio owned by Warner Brothers. Famous for famous for creating the video game The Matrix.
Oh.
Featuring famous characters Neo, Trinity, and Morpheus.
Based on dreams he's having, right?
Based on dreams he's having. And then they'll show like footage of the game, and it's footage from the first movie.
That's kind of based. Kind of based.
And he has a comedic relief buddy.
Is it Neil Patrick Harris?
No, he's just some like semi-fat dude wearing Hawaiian shirts and is all super ecstatic.
So he's
a la Randy Pitchford. It's fucking a Randy Pitchford reference. It's a goddamn Matrix!
What? Does this man get pissed on? Does he leave porn in a medieval times?
Does he put his hands behind his back in the bathroom?
No, he's a hostile program meant to keep Neo in check.
What the fuck are you talking about, Caleb? This is real?
Because he's like an enabler best friend.
This is in the movie?
Yes.
It's just really strange seeing like 50-year-old Keanu Reeves. I don't know why, because there are a lot of like older game devs, but it's like it's weird seeing Keanu Reeves as a game dev, you know?
So anyways, he'll go to therapy because he had a suicide attempt, which was him jumping off the roof. And it's like, oh, they never explain like why he's not dead, but it's revealed later on. The Matrix will not let him die.
Didn't he die at the end of...
No, they later on they explained that like when that happened, the machines literally put them back together and brought them back to life. How? They did it. Same with Trinity.
Wasn't there?
And they've hooked them up inside like new pods, and they are basically like the big batteries fueling the Matrix right now. Just the two of them.
Was there not some sort of like human machine like?
Yeah,
there's a stopgap or something.
I will discuss the real world stuff later.
Okay.
So yeah, he goes to see his therapist because of a suicide attempt. His therapist is Neil Patrick Harris.
Ah.
And
is he good in this movie?
He's always Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's solid. He's Neil Patrick Harris. He's not funny.
Okay, that's interesting.
That's what's cool about it. He's not funny.
I feel like he can play a good sinister character.
He's not really sinister. He's just like a therapist or like a psychiatrist. And he's always like, make sure to take your pills. Goes to take his pills, and it's a bottle of blue pills. And then him keeping him in there, and then it's like he'll like be in a coffee shop with his Randy Pitchford buddy, and
like Trinity there.
Yeah, then Trinity will walk in with like a family, and it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I don't know you, but I feel like I know you. I feel like we've known each other our entire lives, but I don't.
Does he have more than 89 lines like in the first movie?
He doesn't talk much. It's still Neo.
Okay.
So that shit happens, and then at some point, like Morpheus shows up, and he tries to do the Morpheus stuff from the first movie, but he does the lines, and he'll be like, oh, and then Morpheus is supposed to say this, blah, 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 and then he'll say this. He'll, like, talk about Morpheus in the third person, and it's kind of, like, shit on him.
What the fuck?
I didn't like it at all.
Boy, don't you
that
love
seems
it
very
when...
disrespectful to
it's
the...
incredible. Just wait.
I like Morpheus is a great character. What the
Boy,
hell?
that happens so much, doesn't
Isn't it crazy how they try to get a ton of people back except for the actual best actor in the movie?
Yeah.
Wait, Morpheus isn't in the movie?
No, it's
in
not.
This movie,
it's not Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne.
What?
Lawrence Fishburne is not in this movie.
Why?
You will find out later.
I've only seen the first one, by the way.
And then Bugs shows up, and they do a bunch of shit to like try to pull him out of the Matrix. And there's a bit where he takes a red pill, touches the mirror, and like it like shivers, but rather than it sticking to him, it'll like stick to him a little bit. But then like his therapist is on the other side, and it's like and he's just like, oh, calm down. You're in like you're having an episode right now. And like none of this is actually real. You're hallucinating all of this, and that's sort of like the gist of like the first act is like
We do a bit of gaslighting.
Is Neo actually hallucinating all of the stuff that's happening?
Okay.
Or is it like actually real? And there's like during the mirror bit, Neil Patrick Harris is trying to pull him into the mirror.
Okay.
To be like, no, like come back to me. And then he'll pull out of it. And then as soon as he does that, the agents and like police show up. All of a sudden, like knowing they're supposed to be there or knowing where they are, and everyone's like, wait, the agents aren't supposed to be here when this happens, because this has already happened in the first Matrix, but this time it's new people. And then there's like a fucking another chase scene that goes to the hallways, and they end up in like a train. And
I've seen the train preview.
And they're fighting in the train, and now instead of being sucked through like a phone call, they get sucked through like mirrors and windows.
Okay.
So there's a bit, or it's like mirrors mainly.
Yeah.
So there's a bit where there's like a mirror that's like this.
Through the looking glass?
Yeah. So there's a mirror like this big on the train, and they're like, well, you got to go through that now. And Neo's like, I can't fit through that. And then they do this thing where it's like, oh no, it's all about perspective. You know, the closer you get, the bigger it gets. And somehow that works. But it's just him doing this, and then it's a really abrupt cut to him waking up. That's the criminal thing about this movie. There's so many like really hard cuts that are just like that just ends. There's no like transition into the next scene. It's just
man,
really weird to watch.
I could see it being done well, but it sounds like it's not.
Real quick note. When you listen to the, we'll have to cut this out. When you listen to the little like audio preview, did you hear this?
The fireworks?
No, not the fireworks.
The whining.
The whining of the heater.
I couldn't hear it, but maybe if I had headphones on, I could have.
Okay, good. We'll cut this out. Sorry.
Yeah, so then what happens next is, you know, Neo wakes up in his pod, similar to how he does in the first movie, except he's old.
Yeah.
And...
Was he, like, CG'd to look young?
No.
Okay.
Because he actually has aged in real life.
Okay.
And then a machine comes to grab him, similar to how it does in the first movie, but instead of dropping him in the ocean, it carries him into a ship. And it stays in there with the crew. And then there's like the bits like in the first movie where Neo's sort of like in and out of it, and it's like a little montage of like little like bits of the crew, and the crew, but they're just doing crew stuff.
What's the name of the ship?
I don't remember.
I remember reading what the name was and thought it was cool,
but then like, you know, when he wakes up, he gets like the lore dump, and it's just like, oh yeah, so see this machine? Yeah, and you get like the three machines that are in the ship. Yeah, so the machines and humans are like friends now.
Okay.
And then it does like a pan out of like the ship, and it's like the front half is like the Nebuchadnezzar, where it's got like the electric pads on the top and the bottom, but then the back of it is like it's like
Squid.
It's like a tail. It's not almost like the squids, but it's just like one singular tail.
Huh.
So it's like a mixture of like a human tech and machine tech.
Weird.
And then they introduce themselves. I think one of them is the grandkid of the commander, the light skinned commander guy who was like really like doubtful of like who was like Morpheus's like antagonist.
Was he the one that was
He was like the guy in charge of Zion.
spared? Oh. When was he introduced? Which movie?
I want to say Reloaded.
Yeah, I haven't seen 2 or 3.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about in the first movie. Never mind.
I thought it was
I thought there was a guy like that in the first movie.
There was that was spared by that didn't die. Forgot his name.
Anyways.
Oh, the one that wasn't killed by Cypher?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Tank.
Yeah, Tank.
He doesn't show up in 2 or 3.
Really? Oh.
He gets back to Zion and it's like, I don't want to be out there anymore. And then he gets replaced by another guy named Link, who's honestly cooler.
When did the twins come into play?
Reloaded.
Okay. I have to watch that.
The ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then they're like, okay, we're going to take you back to the human city because there's someone there who knew you, who wants to meet you. They go to the human city. It's not Zion. It's this new city called Io. And
that sounds like some new age like.
No, it's the name of one of Saturn's moons.
No, I know. I'm just saying that sounds like a name they would give to like a it has that vibe to like a remake kind of like a new thing that.
It's it sounds like some Destiny shit.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, because Destiny uses the solar system anyway.
And it's so they get to Io, and it's, you know, it's a machine human like city. So they get there, and rather than being like the big doors like in Zion, it's like a cloak.
Okay.
Because they were like, yeah, after the Battle of Zion, some of us realized we can't like steel ourselves against the machines, so we have to hide.
Yeah. Okay.
And they're like, yeah, works out. So they get there, and the person who's still alive from the movies is Captain Niobe, who is Jada Pinkett Smith's character. And she's just like in full old person makeup. You know, she's fixing to have like an entanglement with Neo or something.
God damn! Oh, poor Will Smith. Oh, Christ.
Anyways, she shows up, and then she gives like the bigger lore dump about what happened.
Like what's going on.
Like the grander picture of what happened. And so what happened, and this is
Feel free to get as close to the mic as you want.
this is the cool part of the Matrix. Like the real world stuff. The second act it had the most jump cuts between like unnecessary cuts, but like the lore dump is I think it was cool.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, so the humans and the machines now have an alliance. And according to that alliance,
What the fuck are they fighting?
the humans now have the choice to decide whether or not they want to stay in the Matrix.
Understandable.
All humans do.
I would have chosen to stay.
The ones that stay, obviously, they're fuel for the machines.
Yeah.
What ends up happening is that it gets to a point where there are not enough humans to fuel the amount of machines that are up. So it's like, what happens? And apparently what happens is there ends up being a machine civil war
Oh shit. Okay.
between like the old guard and like what is only described at this point as a rising power within the machines.
Huh.
And that's how you get your red eyeball machines and your blue eyeball machines. Your red eyeball machines are your squids from the first trilogy.
Yeah.
Your blue eyeball machines are the good ones that help out.
Okay.
And at this point, they don't say what this higher power is. They reveal it later. So that happens, and then obviously, the bad machines end up breaking the truce with Zion to go attack them.
Yeah.
They said then there ends up being an internal conflict with the humans,
Oh shit.
and the main forces end up being Morpheus and Niobe.
Okay.
Morpheus and Niobe. Morpheus doesn't believe that the attack will happen because he believes too much in miracles. Because he's like, no, Matrix, or not Matrix, Neo ended the threat when he died in the Matrix.
Yeah.
And now Niobe was like, no, the machines could just not listen to him.
Look what happened.
So, like, Niobe basically ends up taking, like, the chunk of humanity that believes in her thing. They leave and they found Io. Then the machines come in and just wipe out Zion, Morpheus included.
Oh.
So, like, Morpheus's faith and ideals that, like, fueled him throughout the first trilogy are what gets him killed.
Oh, that's fucking epic.
So they're basically the thing that like made him an iconic character
It's terrible.
is terrible.
That's fucking epic.
I hated that. I was like,
So it's like all these fucking
they completely disrespected Morpheus' character.
That's what every like redo of an old
every
movie
single
is.
redo or sequel of a new thing loves shitting on the old
Yeah.
like movies, and I fucking hate that.
That's terrible.
Like they did that in fucking Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
They turned Luke into a fucking retard. And they gave Leia fucking Superman powers. Like we've talked incessantly about that.
So that happens. One thing I haven't explained yet is young Morpheus. So young Morpheus
Spelled Y-U-N-G.
is obviously not actually Morpheus.
Yeah.
So what he is
Is he like an Asian or something?
he is a program. He is the program of Morpheus from the Matrix video game.
What?
Huh?
So when Blue Girl is there in the beginning of the game, or not even the beginning of the game, the beginning of the movie, she's in the game that's in the Matrix.
Watching the movie
of the first Matrix.
What
And
the
she
fuck?
plucks him out of there, right? But he's a program.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have a real body. But there's new tech now So there's a way to incorporate the good programs into real life, and it's basically just like a bunch of like balls that like form a body.
Yeah, I saw some some scenes online that they get like a weird locust swarm or something.
Yeah, similar to the big like baby face at the end of Matrix Revolutions. When Neo is talking to the machines.
I vaguely remember something like that.
So it's now like all programs who are red-pilled can do that.
Okay.
So they'll like show like there's a cool moment where they have a greenhouse, and it's like plants are being grown for the first time in hundreds of years, and it's because the programs are there to like go into the Matrix and through the code like
simulate something.
Yeah, like reverse engineer DNA of plants.
Weird.
Which is interesting, but it's not sci-fi gobbledygook, but it's interesting.
That sounds like something that would have been better at home at like a graphic novel or something like a companion piece to the movie.
So in Castle Super Beast, Wooly describes it perfectly. This feels like it was supposed to be a television TV show of the Matrix, kind of like how you would have like the TV show for like Limitless, where it's like the movies but lesser, and then they realized that they didn't want the show, so they took clips from the show and shoved them into a movie. That's what it feels like. So it's like it feels like a TV movie of the Matrix.
And the hard cuts don't really.
That sounds
help,
fucking perfect because
yeah.
The way it sounded, it seemed like the blue-haired girl and the new Morpheus was supposed to be like the main characters of the show.
It's Neo.
Still Neo?
It's still Neo.
It kind of feels like Neo's almost been shoehorned.
Blue-haired girl doesn't get a lot of time.
Huh.
Bugs, she does not get another time.
She gets a lot of fucking time in like trailers and shit.
Because there's a good chunk of time where she's basically like grounded.
Oh.
Because it's like, because she's the captain, she's grounded.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't supposed to go get Neo. Because it's just like, oh, you're breaking into the Machine City, you're violating the truce. And then when Neo wakes up out of his pod, he looks across and sees Trinity in the other pod. And then it's just like, oh, I have to go get Trinity. And then Niobe puts him on lockdown too.
Okay.
And then there's like a breakout scene that's like 3 seconds long. That's
we're breaking out. Okay.
That's just like, yeah, we're gonna go get Trinity. Yeah, okay. And then they leave.
How's the action? You said there's a few scenes of fighting.
What action?
You said there's a couple fighting, like chase scenes and fighting.
Doesn't the Merovingian come in as a hobo and?
So,
because that's like half the movie is known for its.
Sorry, not the Merovingian.
Action.
Derek.
So,
yeah.
The Derek who fucks. Yes, they try to break out. I forget what happens. They get caught again. They end up going back to Niobe, and then this big like machine shows up, but it's like a manta ray.
Huh.
And the fact that you haven't seen 2 or 3 is gonna really make this pointless. But it's like the new Oracle, new Oracle of the new program Oracle inside this machine, who has like escaped the Matrix, and she's now all of a sudden like got the plan to like stop Niobe and Neo from fighting over.
And the Oracle was the black woman in the first one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The old
there was a sweet scene where they showed the Oracle from like the first 2 movies.
Okay.
Which is sweet because she died between the second and the third movies.
The actress?
The actress. They had to recast her for the third movie. And like they used like her footage, and I was like, okay, because she was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Just a sweet old lady.
Mm-hmm.
But this time it's a program that Neo was actually friends with, named Sati. Who is this like little Indian girl.
Oh no, we're gonna burn today.
But she's like an older. I think it's what's her name, Priyanka Chopra Jonas.
Okay.
It's Nick Jonas' wife.
I thought they had a breakup or something. I don't know.
She had his last name in the credits, I think. So it might have been before. I don't fucking know. But it's her. And she's just like, oh yeah, go into the Matrix. And you have to talk to the new guy running the Matrix, who isn't the architect.
It's like the something. I know.
It's the rising power, the new guy, the analyst.
The
analyst.
The analyst. Who is revealed to be the big baby face from the end of Matrix Revolutions that was talking to Neo. He's the big bad for this movie.
What's his human form?
Neil Patrick Harris.
Yep.
Neil Patrick Harris is the main villain.
The therapist.
The therapist. The
what
analyst.
about Neo's boss?
Neo's boss. Oh my god, I forgot to talk about that. So Neo's boss is Jesse from Glee. It's Jonathan Groff.
Yeah.
And basically...
That's season 1 shit, Vocal Adrenaline.
He's in the whole show.
Oh, okay.
He ends up marrying Rachel at the very end of the show. Because, Finn dies.
That's still
The villain wins.
That's still weird.
And then King George from Hamilton, that's his big thing. He's the main character for Mindhunter. He's a Broadway guy who took off.
Okay.
He's in the fucking Matrix.
Yeah.
I love him as an actor. He should not have been in this movie. Because what happens is, like, the big scene where Neo sort of, like, remembers who he is, they kind of drop it, like, everyone in the Matrix was sort of, like, reset into new bodies. Like, Neo, you see him as Neo, but when he looks into the mirror and he's not in his pills, he's the bald cap, and he's he's like an old man.
Okay.
There's a bit during, like, this big shootout in the office where...
Shootout, so there's action. You're lying to me.
Do they do a callback to the Do they do the callback where they do, like, the... Whoa?
But no, there's no bullet time. There's no bullet time in the whole movie.
Okay.
It's disgusting.
You
I
think
want
it's
bullet time.
Really?
I want bullet time.
It's the
That
Matrix.
shit's been played so
It's the
so
Matrix.
much,
It's
though.
the Matrix.
What are you going there for?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's like having, like, Spider-Man with no web sling.
There's
There's
like one group fighting scene, but the rest of it is either running away or shootouts where they do nothing.
So it's really boring.
Yes. But yeah, so a gun falls on the ground, and fucking Jonathan Groff sees it when they're explaining about people waking up.
Oh no.
He grabs it and just, like, aims it at Neo, and then he just screams, "Mr. Anderson," at the top of his lungs.
Is he like a Smith?
He is Smith. He's the Smith is Jonathan Groff, and it just, like, flashes, like, bits of Hugo Weaving over him, and so
like in fucking Superman when they flashed, like, Christopher Reeve's, like, face over Superman.
Yeah, so it's Jonathan Groff doing his best Hugo Weaving impression.
Mr.
Why couldn't we just have had old ass Hugo Weaving? I would have much rather have had that.
It would have been cool if they, like, had Hugo Weaving, but they deep faked him down to look younger.
Like, what they would
They kinda
fucking...
keep the
That would
Like
honestly that would have made more sense because he's a fucking program.
Like how they deep faked fucking in Mandalorian, Luke.
Yeah, that was fucking terrible. God.
So yeah, it's just established. Okay, that is Smith,
Oh shit. Okay.
and then you don't see him again because they leave the Matrix and he's a program, so he's stuck in there. They get into
That's it. That can't be the last thing with them.
They get into the Matrix the second time to rescue Trinity, and they're in this, like, weird clock tower. And then Smith shows up,
Okay.
and he's just like, okay, so here's the deal right now. So if you and Trinity leave, the Matrix gets reset again, which means I forget that I'm Smith again. And he's like, I can't have that happen, so I gotta kill you. But I also brought a bunch of rogue programs who also don't like the way the analyst is running things, and it's the fucking Merovingian and his posse from Reloaded.
Yeah.
And that was one of the
After he fell off.
that was one of the worst parts of the movie for me.
Oh.
It was disgusting for me because it's just the Merovingian being a bitch for 20 minutes.
Isn't that kind of his character? He's kind of.
But, like, as like an old hobo, and he ends up talking about reboots and re-releases and how they always do terrible things to the source material. It tries to be based while they are doing the thing he is criticizing.
Oh my god!
They're being so meta. They're insulting their own thing.
They're trying to be so self-aware. They are not self-aware.
Yes.
So it makes sense that only one of the Wachowski siblings signed on.
He's like, why are we living in a world of reboots and re-releases? I remember a time when, like, original ideas were the big thing, and it's just like, what? Look at what you're doing.
Oh, this. I don't want to watch this.
And then there's
You watch this in theaters?
HBO Max.
Okay.
There's a whole bit where, like, Neo can't fly. He doesn't remember how to fly. And that'll come into play later. But every time he tries to fly, it's just, oh shit! Like, it's the little burst of energy, and then he falls down. And he's just like, oh.
Doesn't he still have, like, powers?
Yeah, he can still, and he does that against Smith during the fight, and ends up, like, knocking him out or whatever. and they have like a fist fight, and that's like the fist fight in the movie. No, it's the only fist fight in the movie.
Really?
That's like a one-on-one fist fight, and it's.
They have Keanu Reeves looking off in the distance. Well,
no, actually no. There is one more fist fight and it's him against Morpheus in the dojo. Trying to get him to like remember how to fight, but that's whatever.
Does he know kung fu?
Yeah. Say it again.
Yeah, when he fights Smith, he's like, I still know kung fu.
Oh, Christ!
I was just like,
all right.
Come on, Keanu.
It's not his fault. It was the script.
He could have said no.
I'm glad he's still getting roles, even if this one's pretty.
So then they end up getting to Trinity after this fight. They don't kill Smith. They like knock him out and he fucking disappears. They go find Trinity and she's like working on motorcycles or some shit because Trinity loves motorcycles.
Yeah,
and that's like her hobby.
You think she can still do that scorpion kick?
I don't remember if she does in the movie, honestly, because I'll be honest. At a certain point, half my brain shut down. But like, so they go there and he's just like, Trinity, you gotta believe me. You're stuck in the Matrix, and she's she's blue pilled, so she doesn't know and she doesn't care. But she's like slowly starting to turn, and then time stops, and Neil Patrick Harris walks in and it's just like talking. He basically monologues to him.
Okay. And
about like, hey, do you want to know why time has stopped right now? I'm using bullet time against you. Like he says the words bullet time, and he's just like, yeah, it's not so fun, is it? Oh. Because what he's trying to say is that when bullet time happens in the original trilogy, that's literally Neo slowing down time.
Oh.
That's not like an effect. That's him actually doing it.
That's kind of that's weird.
But then he's like because he was so intimate with Neo when he was like the big machine, he like just figured out how to do it.
Okay.
And then he's just like. He just ends up like shooting a gun at Trinity, and like the bullet's just like going slowly in bullet time, but he's monologuing about being evil and some bullshit. Catches the bullet, and then him and Neo sort of make a deal where he's just like, okay, bring her to me, I will talk to her, and if she chooses to stay in the Matrix, I will stay in the Matrix with her. I'll take the blue pill, I'll do whatever you want me to do. But if she comes with me, you let us leave, like, can't hurt us at all. And then it does a hard cut, and Neo's like walking down the city in a scene that's trying to be reminiscent of the Smith fight from Revolutions with like the Smiths everywhere. Mm-hmm. But instead of the Smiths, it's everyone in the Matrix, because there's a thing now where the Analyst can control everyone in the Matrix.
Oh, okay.
There's a thing where he can activate like swarm mode, and they World War Z zombies at him, and
do they form a giant Mr. Smith like in the game?
No. Yeah, remember, the way that Morpheus dies now makes the game non-canon. So that Matrix game is no longer canon.
Online or the actual Matrix game?
The Matrix Online, where, Morpheus actually dies.
That's not canon?
It's not canon, because Morpheus didn't die that way.
Oh, that's so fucking stupid!
Even though that was, the whole point of the game was that it was canon.
Oh!
Yeah, Matrix Online is not canon anymore.
Fuck!
So,
I never played it, but I thought it was the coolest fucking thing.
Yeah,
God damn!
Yeah, so they have that conversation, and Trinity is like, nah, I'm still going to be blue-pilled, and walks away. And then at the last second is like, no, my name's Trinity. That sort of thing. And then her husband's like, hey, you need to, what are you doing? Hand on shoulder, beats the shit out of her husband, and then her kids, and then, or something. And then, but at that point, they were already, dragging, Neo away to, blue pill him. And then, big fight ensues. The crew is there, and they have a big fight. Then Neil Patrick Harris uses, bullet time. It's just I wasn't gonna let you go anyways.
He uses JoJo powers.
And then he gets shot by a mysterious third party, and fucking Smith walks around the corner, who's a good guy now. And he's just like, hey, I don't like you.
That's it?
That's it. That's really it.
What?
That's really it. And it's supposed to be like.
Well, wasn't Smith against?
Smith was
against the machines.
Smith was against the machines because he wanted.
So that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, because he wanted to be his own person, but he's like, listen, if she leaves, they'll reset the Matrix. But if you're not here, you can't reset the Matrix. So he shoots the shit out of him.
Okay.
And then he just kills him. And then he has like this moment with Neo, and he was like, he says something along the lines of, you know, there's a really interesting like dichotomy between you and me. You know, there's always Neo, there's always Smith, but the thing with you're the one, but anyone could be the one. And basically that big like conspiracy theory that anyone could have been the one, and Neo was kind of just take that random.
Yeah.
That was true. Neo's not important.
I like that. Okay.
And then Smith is like,
that's cool.
but the thing about me is that you're the one, or like anyone could be the one. He's like, but I'm one who could be anyone. And then he dissolves into like a regular person, and it's just like he could be anywhere now. And then it's just like he's loose in the Matrix.
Oh.
So he's like the only one who has like the agent powers of free will, where you can just like morph into like random people.
That sounds pretty cool, actually.
And then, but it's just like, oh, before the analysts bid it, he enabled swarm mode. So we got to get out of here. So like every sentient being in the Matrix is now no longer sentient, and they're a zombie basically chasing the main characters. Surprisingly, no one, not even the side characters, die.
Oh.
There's no scene like when Cypher kills a bunch of like really important side characters. There's nothing like that. Even though none of the crew really gets brought up. Like there's one who is a Neo scholar, who's just like a fanboy.
Okay.
And then there's like the black chick who's like, I'm the commander's granddaughter. And then there's a bunch of like miscellaneous people. There's one who's like, oh, I loved Trinity growing up. Like I idolized her. And then there's Bugs, who's the kind of the only important one.
Okay.
And then there's their operator who can like show up in like a weird computer form and it's just like, hey, I'm here, but I'm not actually here. Because the operators can't like plug into the Matrix.
Yeah. They just have to like talk to him.
Yeah. So they do a big chase scene, and they do like they're trying to get away at the end. Everyone's gotten away except for Trinity and Neo. And yeah, Neo's trying to like jump and fly, and he can't do it. And then Trinity does. Yeah. Trinity jumps up and starts flying away, lending credence to the whole anyone could be the one thing. So now Trinity is also the one, so there's no longer the one.
There's the two.
There's the two. And then they fly away, and then it's a hard cut.
To credits?
No.
That doesn't seem... That still doesn't... Like, that part doesn't seem like it... that one doesn't sound terrible, because Trinity always was another of the main characters of the fucking...
And again, this is like a Castle Super Beast thing that Wooly said
Shoutouts to them.
That I completely agree with. It definitely felt like they had written the whole movie with Trinity a certain way. And Carrie Ann Moss read the script and said, no, Trinity needs to be more important. And then they kind of just shoehorned that at the end. They gave her the special powers at the end. And then the end of the movie is them talking to the analyst, because you can't kill the program that's in charge of everything with a fucking gun. Yeah. But he decided to not, just all of a sudden just to not reset it, because he was just like, I'm curious to see how things go now.
That sounds fucking
Because
stupid.
I'm an analyst and I like watching things.
It's like that one panel from fucking Anime Club. I guess!
Yeah, I guess. It's like they show up and the first couple things that happen are Trinity just beats the shit out of him. And he's just like, oh, come on, man, I didn't deserve that. Yeah, and then they dialogue at him. And it's basically... They basically just say that, like, at this point, like, now having achieved this level of, like, self-realization within the Matrix, Neo and Trinity have the ability to alter the Matrix at will.
Okay.
Like, anything.
Huh.
They have, like, architect/analyst level powers.
Okay.
And then they both, like, fly away into the sunset. Analyst is still there. Smith is still loose. The Machine Civil War is still going on. The machines are still hunting down Io, the bad machines, who... It implies that the analyst was that rising power, but they don't really say, like, is he with, like, the good machines? Is he with the bad machines? Or is the architect still around running things? Or they said he got replaced. I'm assuming that means he's dead somewhere. They say that a ton of the programs who, like, helped Neo in the past, they just died. They were killed. With the exception of Sati, who managed to escape. and they get Trinity out, blah 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 blah, happy ending, and then credits. And I got out of the movie just like, this whole movie was unnecessary. It 100% did not need to be made.
Sounds like it was a cash grab.
It was 100% a cash grab. Like I said, I fucking love Jonathan Groff to death.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I will die for that man. Holy fuck, he should not have done this.
Is it kind of like didn't the new Terminator come out a few years ago?
Salvation?
It came out. No, there's another Terminator movie that came out.
Genesis?
Yeah.
I never
after that, with Sarah. Not what's her name?
Amelia Clark.
Yeah, and Sarah Connor.
Dark something, black something.
Dark. Yeah, it has.
I never saw Genesis or the one after it, so I don't know.
What's their fucking actress?
Dark Fate.
Yeah, what's the actress name? It also has
Arnie.
Yeah, it has Arnie. Basically, the whole cast of T2.
Okay.
In it again.
Oh, like the kid.
Yeah. What was his name? John
Connors.
No,
the character.
I forget the fucking actor's name and the actress. Sarah Connor. What was her fucking name? The actress.
He's like Laura something.
Yeah, she kicks ass.
What I'm saying is that was a cash grab as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah. So this is like that.
The one before that, Genesis, was also pretty bad, but not bad. The whole movie was spoiled on the fucking like a movie poster. There's like, oh, here's an ally. No, he's actually a Terminator, but the movie poster has that guy. Part of his face is on a robot body. The poster.
Companies don't know how to not spoil their things sometimes. It's weird.
Because the only way to drum up hype is to give up the hypest moments.
Yeah. Why do you think the fucking No Way Home trailer was like, here's Doc Ock? You guys were right. And a pumpkin bomb. Be careful what you wish for.
That was a good movie, though.
That was a good movie. That was a really good movie.
And the only things that didn't show up in the trailer were like the outlines of like Kraven and the Rhino in the Rift.
Mm-hmm.
That was really it. But yeah, Matrix was like a mixture of lows and mids to me. Like when it turned out that wasn't actually Morpheus, that was just a program pretending to be Morpheus. I was like, okay, you know what? Good.
Understandable.
I'm glad that's not Morpheus. And then when they talked about actual Morpheus, they
he
shat
died.
on him, and I was like, what the fuck?
Even in this bleak, cold world, he still had hope. But no, that's what caused everyone to die. God, that sounds like fucking garbage.
The human machine hybrid stuff was cool. I will give them that.
What's it called? The movie?
The Matrix Resurrections.
Resurrections?
Yeah.
The Matrix
Resurrection
Reloaded
F.
again.
Resurrection N.
I think I'm going to call this episode like season finale Resurrections.
No, don't do it. Because we're not coming back after this.
Do it the end, question mark?
You did that for the Mario. We did that for the Mario one.
Do it the
Oh,
N.
yeah, that's right. I'm still...
The N is for Neo.
What else does it stand for?
The 1. Because you can rearrange the letters in Neo to spell the 1. Just like how you could rearrange the letters in Trinity to also spell the 1.
No!
According to this movie, you can.
That's not real. No.
No. Well, how could she fly then? Yeah. Yeah. Checkmate, atheist.
Is there any non-atheists in Matrix?
They don't talk about God, really.
No.
Who's God in the Matrix? The analyst?
George Carlin's
Neo.
character.
Fucking Lana Wachowski?
Yeah.
The one is God.
The Wachowskis.
Just the one.
Yeah, the one with Wachowski sibling.
Yeah, there was a lot of the
water.
movies. Again, I'm gonna steal another Castle Super Beast thing, but Wooly says the movie is about coffee. The movie is the movie's about coffee.
That's weird.
There were so many scenes of Neo drinking coffee. And that's it.
This sounds like a bad fan fiction.
There is a slice of life montage of Neo in the Matrix in the first act that almost made me stop watching the movie because it's so fucking boring. And it overstays its welcome. It is way too long.
Like what?
It's like an hour, that first act. It's like a 2.5 hour long movie. The first hour is nothing.
Make sure to stay hydrated, folks.
Yeah, drink water.
Drinking water. Watch shitty movies.
Drink water, pee after sex, all that good stuff.
What?
Is that a thing you're supposed to do?
Yes. Clears your tracts out so you don't get UTIs.
I don't even piss after
A lot of
sex.
times I'll piss right before I do.
Everyone needs to pee after sex.
Well, I mean, I do have
Pee
to,
after sex.
I do have to pee after
Drink
sex.
water after sex. Eat a snack if you can.
Replenish your energy during.
Your endorphins or your oxytocin levels are at the peak. Those are the love hormones. So that's that's what pillow talk is for.
You're talking
Oh.
There's some fifth thing I don't remember.
We don't pillow
Electrolytes?
talk. We don't pillow talk. We're done and we clean up and that's it.
we took a nap.
Yeah, we'll take a nap sometimes. We put away that towel.
Yeah, take a shower after sex.
What was that? Fuck.
Sweat up the blankets like a pigsty.
I keep the idea of
What you're talking about? Blankets off.
You take a nap after you have sex and you sweat up the blankets.
No, immediately to the shower.
Not-
You fucking hog. Immediately to the shower.
the idea of the twins in the Matrix is really fucking funny to me because that one episode of Always Sunny where Charlie Drake
Yeah.
is one of them. Yeah. I don't know why that's so because they look so fucking stupid, but the idea is cool. They're like an older version of like the Smiths, right?
Yeah.
That sounds interesting, but they gave him all white. They gave him white dreadlocks, and it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's my Matrix rant.
I don't have anything else to talk about.
See, when you say that just lowers things. Don't say that. Come up with things.
What else did I watch? I watched Witcher season 2.
I heard that was good, but you said it was mid.
It was mid. At worst, it was mid.
Okay.
There was never any point where I was like, this is bad. The stuff with Ciri was way better. Because in the first season, she really didn't have a lot.
They had iPhones in The Witcher?
They gave her eyebrows this season.
Did she not have eyebrows in the previous?
Well, because she has like platinum blonde hair. And so she had platinum blonde eyebrows in the first season. But she has, she's like a pasty white chick. So it looked like she didn't have eyebrows. And in this one, she has brunette eyebrows. But like still the white hair.
So she looks normal.
Yeah, so she looks like someone who dyed her hair.
Yeah.
Like the actress, because the actress dyed her hair.
It's weird. People.
And they didn't dye her eyebrows this time.
Did they dye the main character guy's eyebrows?
Cavill.
I don't think so, no.
It's
Not
so
even
weird
the
because
first
everybody thought that nobody. There was a lot of people who didn't like the idea of Henry Cavill as Geralt. When it came out, they're like, "Oh, it's perfect."
I was one of those people. I didn't think he'd make a good Geralt.
I thought he
you know
would.
what? He did. I was wrong. I was all for Mads Mikkelsen, but the more I think about it, I don't think Mads Mikkelsen would have been able to do the stunts.
He's a little old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, Jerry Rivers is old, but he also is like
peak.
Well, he's like magically enhanced. So
Yeah.
yeah.
He's scientifically enhanced.
Sorry, yeah. He has like the body of like a
Is that real? What do you mean scientifically?
He's a mutant.
Yeah, they have like mutagens and stuff.
That's the whole thing with like the Witcher game. It's like
That's
it's
weird.
more like alchemy.
Yeah, it's like
weird.
Is why he's like super powerful.
And you put like oils on your swords depending on what monster you're fighting and
Yeah,
stuff.
the Witcher is all about prep time.
That's like Monster.
Yeah, you get your silver sword
He's Batman.
like silver sword because of
Your
elements
silver sword
on an enemy for monsters.
silver sword for monsters, regular sword for humans.
Yes.
Humans.
It's all about like I played The Witcher 3.
I kind of dig that,
but I didn't beat it because it was fucking dark.
I'm kind of a big fan of different.
I couldn't get through it. It was just too fucking dark.
It's too Polish for my taste.
Yeah, like there's more deaths than births in that thing.
Accurate depiction of Polish life, except there's no traps.
No, it's an actual depiction of Polish life, except there's a little bit of hope in The Witcher.
Oh yeah, you're right. There's no hope.
But no, I don't mean to interrupt, but I was
Or
gonna say
femboys.
like, yeah,
There's a lot of that in Poland.
I apparently yeah. I was gonna say yeah. When there's more deaths than births in a series, unless it goes really hard into it, almost to a point where it's ridiculous, I don't like it. Like that's why from what I've heard, I don't want to watch Game of Thrones.
Oh, Game of Thrones is dark as shit.
Yeah.
This is pretty dark, yeah.
Yeah, that.
I wouldn't want to watch that shit either. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't like fantasy that's like that.
What, you don't like incest?
I'm
You don't like
really.
Daenerys
You're
getting...
you're more of a fan of like your golden high fantasy, like Lord of the Rings kind of thing.
I don't like Lord of the Rings that much either.
Really?
Wow, you're
I
excited.
It's very what we saw of Lord of the Rings, the first and second one.
I wouldn't necessarily.
Yeah, the of those 3 movies, the 2 best ones.
I wouldn't say I'm a big fan, but I definitely am more appreciative. I am more appreciative of them now that I've seen them as an adult.
I appreciate them more than like The Witcher would. I probably would.
I like Lord of the Rings because I don't have to worry about anyone trying to rape another character.
Well, yeah. But
These ain't your regular murderer or
I'm
rapist
not
orcs.
I'm not. I grew up. Obviously, we grew up around the same time. Whatever. But what I'm saying is,
I'm like 20 years older than you.
no, you're not. The fantasy that I am used to comes from things that are already derivative of Lord of the Rings. So watching the original source feels very boring, and the tropes and cliches are overplayed at this point.
Name 5.
Orcs are evil. Hobbits have big hairy feet. Yeah, you got the wizard's tower. You got the MacGuffin hunt to find the magical artifact.
No, they already have it. The quest is to destroy it.
Okay, that's fair, honestly. What?
Hmm?
You know what I mean. But yeah, the tropes are a bit like, it's weird to see the origin of them.
Yeah, from a time when they weren't tropes.
Yeah, the Elven Archer, the lithe Elven Archer boy
Who
who becomes a pirate in other movies.
Yeah, see that's why
Who hates the
that's
dwarf?
why the Hobbit's cool because that was the first one. There's no lie the Elven Archer. It's a burly man archer.
Well, he also
named Bard.
He's also later in the movies, but
Yeah, it's like the last third of the books,
Does-
and it's all dwarves.
I didn't. I think I interrupted you because you were going to talk about The Witcher season 2.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, there's a lot more like backroom politics because it's in the middle of a war. So
Does it follow the plot of the books or the games?
the books, not quite.
That's right. I remember
Stuff
hearing
that becomes important in the games is now starting to creep in. Like the spoilers, in case either of you want to watch it. The end of the show, the Wild Hunt shows up.
Ah.
Isn't that a part? Isn't that?
They're the main villains of the third game.
Yeah.
Huh.
Of the end. They're
Are
the
they,
main villains.
are they Crusaders? What are they?
They're Dark Knights, basically. They are multi-planar, multi-dimensional Dark Knights.
Like the actual Slavic Wild Hunt, it's a demon in SMT4, the Wild Hunt.
Oh shit!
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
And there's a bit where
That's fucking cool.
There's a bit where they straight up dimension hop at the end
Right.
to not the cyberpunk dimension, which is canon. That Ciri went to the cyberpunk dimension.
Wait.
How?
That's her power. She can planar shift.
I know, but how is that canon? Is that like explained in a book or something?
There's a bit where like in 3 she explains like, oh, I dimension hopped to this one place and like describes Night City.
In the game?
Yes.
Is that what
And then
people
I guess
make fan art of
then I
like
guess-
Siri and Cyberpunk?
Yeah,
and
and then I
shit?
guess in Cyberpunk you can go to an area and there's a bit where there's like a big flash of green light, which is like what Ciri's energy looks like,
Oh.
and you go there and it's just like residual energy, like in an alleyway.
I'd never heard about that.
That's kind of fucking cool.
That is kind of cool. I mean,
Yeah.
of course they'd make references to their own games. Fallout and Elder Scrolls make references to
God, man,
themselves.
let me
all the
tell
time.
you.
But yeah, so that that happens, and then the main bad guys, like I guess the main human bad guys, his actor is revealed, and it's a dude from the first season who we already.
it's Alfonso Ribeiro.
Why does the name sound familiar?
It's Carlton.
No, it's
We
the.
talked about both Carlton and Will Smith today.
You'll see why.
There's a dude who gets cursed, to be like a hedgehog man.
Okay.
Is he blue?
He's a knight.
Okay.
He's a hedge knight.
Oh, I think we're gonna go with like Sonic and the Black Knight.
No one fucking played that game. Why would they even
No, I played that game. That's the first 3D Sonic I played. And that's why I don't play Sonic.
Oh yeah, you played
I don't
the
really
fucking
either.
the storybook games. Were
Anyways,
interesting.
he's
concepts.
a hedge knight, and that hedgehog knight is the main villain because he gets like cured and is evil. He's evil.
I don't know a lot about The Witcher's like factions and politics and because I know there's like the Nilfgaard.
The government's stupid.
There's Nilfgaard.
The Nilfgaards.
Yeah, it's the emperor. The
Don't they look like penises in the show? The Nilfgaards.
They changed the armor. Fucking thank Christ. In the first season, the metal looked like wrinkled cloth.
How do they do that?
You just need to look it up. It's fucking
It's
stupid.
like if you like put a cloth in the freezer.
Yeah.
And then
yeah,
it's like hard, but it has that cloth texture.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's stupid. And then they changed it in this season to be like black and gold normal armor. And I was like, okay, that's better.
Aren't there like Nordic people that are named?
Yeah.
something?
The island is called Skellige.
Skellige, yeah.
They mention it, but they haven't gone.
Because if you have
Skellige.
an E at the end of a word and it makes a sound,
Yeah.
it's usually like a Nordic or Germanic thing.
There's a lot of times where like there's a dude named Bjorn, and they like say it in Bjorn.
Okay.
Bjorn.
With the O, either with the 2 dots or the slash, depending on your language.
A lot more stuff with like elves.
Okay. I know there's dwarves too.
What are the elves like in the Witcher universe?
I don't know much about
The
it.
Witcherverse.
They're like rebels. It was kind of a thing where it's
Are
like
they like your stereotypical elves? Like, oh, we're better than everybody.
it's like they're that, but the humans have completely demolished their society.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So they're like hiding.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
there's a
woods.
lot of racism. Like,
Yeah.
The Witcher's very human centric, and dwarves and elves and stuff like are just like
Dwarves, elves.
Their
any
culture
kind of
is just
monsters, the Witchers.
fucked.
The Witchers were genocided. That's a big plot point.
Yeah.
In the show.
Well, that's.
They're seen as like
forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck.
mutants, freaks.
They're seen as monsters.
Yeah.
They're
Well, yeah. There's a lot of racism because it's Poland.
I mean, yeah.
The Polish people are very fucking racist.
there's a lot of that, and it's like, oh, what makes a monster a monster? Are
Right.
humans just as bad as the monsters, kind of thing? Which in this show, yes, they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because monsters don't rape.
Yeah.
Um,
I heard Henry Cavill was like a walking encyclopedia for knowledge of the books and shit. Like
Yeah.
he was.
That's pretty funny.
Like on set, he'd be
Based.
like, no, we gotta move our characters around this way because they were described in the books as this being here,
yeah,
this being here.
there's a bit where they try to apply makeup to him to make him look dirty, and he was like, no, you don't understand. Goes outside in expensive outfit and just fucking rolls around in the mud. And he's like, this is what he looks like.
Henry Cavill is the most based fucking.
So
man
maybe
in
the-
Hollywood.
Henry Cavill is the alpha.
So maybe that is a good idea
He's
they
not-
chose
he-
him.
he-
There's two people I want to interview on this podcast. The first one is Johnny Sins, and the second one is Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill's the true alpha because he does his shit and he doesn't care. He doesn't let anybody else fucking like tell him otherwise. Like when he was building that PC, he doesn't give a shit
Wait,
about
what?
what people
Dude,
think.
you could have put that shit on OnlyFans.
Tell me what you're talking about, PC.
There was a video of him building like a PC for like a gaming PC, like
Uh-huh.
a very powerful gaming PC. It was
Uh-huh.
fucking rad.
And he was like shirtless.
He was not shirtless.
He was
He
basically
had a
shirtless.
tank top.
He was shirtless and he didn't have a rubber mat to ground himself just in case he got shocked.
Yeah.
The real alpha.
He doesn't
No,
he doesn't ground it. He just fucking redirects the electricity.
all you told me is that he built a PC. What was so based about it, Chance?
Well, just the fact that he's a big celebrity building a PC like this, it shows that he's like deeper into gaming culture than what we expected. And he's
And
not
what-
just
and what was
all
the bit?
talk.
He's not surface level?
He almost missed the casting call for Superman because he was rating in WoW.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Okay, whoa. This is like. Okay, I don't know anything about this guy.
Like,
Based.
alpha shit is so fucking stupid. People who call
Yeah.
themselves alpha.
He
If
is-
that were real
Is he alpha or is he sigma?
real alpha shit.
Actually, you know what? No, because there was a long time where he refused to date
Oh, dude,
because he was just like, no, I need to worry about me. I think-
that's fucking.
I think
oh my god.
I think he only recently like got a girlfriend. So he was Sigma for a while, and now he's Alpha in his
No,
like
is he
mid
British
thirties.
or American?
He's British.
Yeah.
He's from Jersey.
Wait,
So-
British
he's-
from Jersey?
Yeah.
Like his
Not
parents-
New Jersey, Jersey.
Oh, where's Jersey?
In England.
Where in England?
I don't know. It's like west.
It's like Wessex or Essex?
Sucks.
It's like West Mercia.
Oh, what does that mean?
I don't fucking.
Is he like from Northumbria?
I don't fucking know.
Like real
He's
alpha.
posh. He's posh.
Okay.
Real alpha
Kind
shit
of.
is being able to look the look, but being able to do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Like I would love to be that kind of person and like roll my window down and blast like fucking girly anime music, and dare anybody to say anything. I want to be able to do dumb shit while looking like a fucking god.
Wait, does he have an accent in the show?
No,
Yeah.
I don't
Does he
know.
talk like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Does he do it well?
Yeah.
I'm Jerry Rivers.
Because
This
I mean
is The Witcher.
that's what he sounds like, in Witcher. So
Yeah.
Homie, we're in The Witcher.
I don't even know who
now.
that voice actor for him in the games is.
I don't remember his name. All I know is that he won Best Voice Actor in the first Game Awards.
He's got a W's, C's, Z's, and K's in his last name, I bet.
No, he's an English voice actor.
Oh, so he's not Polish.
No, because he'd be speaking Polish if he was, not English.
Yeah, I'm Jerry Rivers.
He'd go, Achshki.
Which. That's last name.
Yo, it's like CYWZK.
Yeah, it's WCKJNSK.
I don't know.
It's Louis CK's real name.
Susan Wojcicki.
Louis CZK.
Susan Wojcicki.
An L with a slash through it.
Yeah.
But that's apparently a W sound in English, like the English equivalent. Like wh.
But yeah,
Fuck Europe.
most of the episodes were pretty There's one that is... It feels like it's a rip on Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, huh.
If the Beast got cursed to be a beast because he raped.
Jesus Christ. That sounds comical. Like, oh, this guy was cursed.
No, yeah, it's like, yeah, he's really cool the whole episode. And then you find out that he raped.
Ah,
And it's like, oh, okay, well,
that's epic. So he deserves
bye.
it.
So it's like there's a lot of adultery going on.
If you call it that.
I guess with
There's less sex than the first season, for sure.
other sex scenes.
The first season was, like, chocked full of sex.
Does Jerry fuck?
Yes, the first season was chocked full of bi-panic sex scenes.
Bi-panic?
Bi-panic, where it's like, it's Yennefer and Geralt, and they're both fucking smoking hot, and you're just like, holy shit.
This is a high production porn.
Yes!
Game of Thrones!
We get to watch the alpha do his work.
You can see Henry Cavill's ass.
Yes!
Speaking of someone doing his work.
They do a shot for shot of the bathtub scenes from...
Really? With his
where it's just...
Yep.
Alright, that's pretty
With
cool.
his cock and balls hanging in the water.
Cock and balls!
No, but I don't like watching a lot of like fantasy stuff with a lot of like sexual content in it.
No, I can understand.
So
It's kind
another
of,
thing with Game of Thrones I have a
Yeah.
problem with.
yeah.
Like, I think I was saying this earlier.
Because what I've heard is way too much.
I was saying this earlier. I really like romance in fantasy.
Yes.
Romance definitely has
That's
its place. Like the romance between like Arwen and Aragorn in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
It fits the narrative.
Yes.
It's there for a reason.
It's another trope. It's a classic fantasy thing to add that kind of romance in it.
Which is why, like, when they forced the romance... It has to flow
Hobbit.
naturally. Yeah, when they forced the romance in The Hobbit with a character who was not in the book.
Wasn't the actress like, yeah, I'm not going to play this character if you give it a romance. Oh, we won't give her a romance. Sorry, we gave her a romance.
Yeah. There was a lot wrong with the trilogy. Like, I was showing him, because we found a comic of The Hobbit, or was I showing you?
You showing me.
I was in the bathroom.
Ryan was
Okay,
at
yeah,
the
yeah.
bookstore.
So I found a comic of The Hobbit,
Ryan was taking a little snake.
and I was like...
Chance, stop!
And I was
It's
like-
embarrassing. Don't say it like
I
that.
like flipped back 10 pages from the end, and I found the beginning of Battle of the Five Armies, and I was like, see this tiny chunk? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, this is the third movie.
It's maybe 7 pages.
Oh.
It's like 7
So
pages.
they did a lot of filler of their own thing.
Because in the book is entirely from Bilbo's first-person perspective, and in the Battle of the Five Armies, he gets knocked unconscious,
Ah.
so he doesn't know what happened.
Yeah.
And then
That's kind of funny.
in like two pages or so, they sort of summarize what happened,
Right.
and then in the movie, they just show it in its entirety, and that's the whole movie.
Okay.
Whereas like the same thing with like Desolation of Smaug was like barely any part of the movie, and there was so much in the movie that didn't need to be there. There was there's a character,
Was
Bombard,
dwarfed.
the dwarf, 0 lines of dialogue.
Oh.
A ton of the dwarves barely spoke at all
Uh-huh.
because the movie just didn't need to be
It was
made.
just overbloated.
It should have been at most 2 movies.
You think they could have done one whole movie?
If they were willing to have the balls to make it like 4 hours long, yeah.
That wouldn't have happened.
I've never seen the whole Hobbit trilogy.
I wouldn't mind rewatching all of the fucking movies.
Or read the books. I've seen bits and pieces.
Read the book. It's one book, so read the book. The first Hobbit movie was okay.
I've seen the weird, like, they made the new orc guy in that movie look...
The white orc?
Azog.
They made him look like a fucking, like, model compared to the other orcs.
Yeah, I fucking hate the orcs because they're all CG in Hobbit, where they're all prosthetics.
Doesn't he have like an arm cut off, and he's he's got a Walking Dead character arm.
Yeah, I'm Merle Arm.
Yeah.
And you know what the worst part about that is?
What?
He's barely in the book.
Oh.
He's dead in the book.
Oh.
like Thorin kills him in the flashback fight in the movies. That's where he dies.
Oh, where he first gets his name.
Yeah, Azog the Defiler is dead.
Oh.
And it's his son Gorm that is the main bad guy.
Why is it called the Defiler?
I don't know.
Because he fucks.
No,
He
orcs
rapes.
don't fuck.
Oh, they're like golems, right?
They get grown. Yeah.
Yeah, they get grown.
Like mandrakes.
Yeah, they get grown or they're corrupted elves. They're basically dark elves, but they're not that dark elf.
The more I hear
like
about
Sail.
Lord of the Rings, it just seems super fucking interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm too like ADHD
Especially-
zoomer to
It
get,
takes
like,
effort.
Especially
to
how
learn
like
about it.
the whole ocean of Lord of the Rings is like, you tell me it was like done from like one spell or something that like drowned the world, right?
Are you talking about the sinking of Numenor? Oh no! It was the from the Shire to the west used to be like a whole like extra chunk of Middle Earth.
Yeah.
That was flooded.
Yeah.
Because it got taken over by evil.
Evil.
Rest in peace, Ernest Borgnine.
evil. He was in Gattaca.
Was he?
Yeah, he was a janitor.
Did they ever
I don't
show
know,
like
I've
the coast of the West in the movies?
I feel like there has to have been a coast. Wasn't the scene with all the ghosts running through?
It was on a river.
It was a river.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There was water involved.
Yeah, it happens in the books.
Yeah.
Because they go to the coast to get those ships. In the books, it's like this is a whole chunk that isn't even in the movies, but there is a South Gondor that's not Minas Tirith, and Aragorn goes there with his old ranger company and Legolas and Gimli with the Southern Gondor army.
It's the hood Gondor.
Beat the shit out of the pirates, take their boats, and then head back up. So it's not just the ghosts and the trio. It's the ghosts, the trio, the Grey Company, and the army of South Gondor coming to help Minas Tirith.
That sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah. And in the books, it's like with all those guys and the army from Rohan, it's like Minas Tirith had more people in it at the end of the battle than they did at the beginning.
Are you talking about the movie we haven't seen together?
Yeah.
So I'm like, ghosts.
Yeah,
I think we watched that one together.
So what are these ghosts? Like this ghost legion? Are they old like kings of? Are they the kings of old for humans?
No, they were a race of men who swore fealty to the king of Gondor, and then when the king called on them for aid, they didn't answer the call, so they're forever cursed to undeath.
Oh, okay.
Until they answered the king's call.
Is that just the thing he has now? He can just call from now, or is it just that's their
One
one?
and done.
Okay.
Well, it's one because he releases them.
Okay.
When he should have just been like, hey, can you go to Mordor?
Okay, can you guys do this for me?
Can you go kill all these people? There's other undead there. Can you clap their cheeks?
You're already dead.
Because like
you
we can't touch you. We can touch them. So imagine what you can do to them.
Yeah.
Can you go get them for us, please? And
Well,
so we
there
can walk
wouldn't
in and throw the ring in there.
Well, there wouldn't be a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I guess the explanation is, Sauron could mind control him because he can do shit with undead.
Sam was gay for Frodo.
Yeah, well then why did he fuck his wife 3 times? He had 3 kids.
He was just feeling he's gay for Frodo.
And then everyone smoked Hobbit Shire
Hobbit
hash.
There was a
That's
weird...
the best part about the books is that Merry and Pippin were just fucking stoned. Merry, Pippin, and to an extent Gandalf were just fucking yanked off their chain.
Wasn't Treebeard also
They were
like?
fucking zoinked.
Wasn't
Treebeard?
Treebeard at the very end like having a couple puffs? At the end of the second movie?
No, he's just there while they're doing it.
Oh,
It's kind of like
that'd be like killing his own people.
Well, it's like smoking your own hair.
Yeah.
you know the movie you know the movie Galaxy Quest?
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Tony Shalhoub is in that movie, The Monk.
I know what's his name? Alan Rickman's in it.
Sigourney Weaver, Tim Allen. Tony Shalhoub's in that movie, and he's it's really obvious he's fucking zoinked out of his gourd that like for the entire filming process. He just looks high as shit during that movie.
That one guy.
Heard it was good.
That one comedian from the documentary about the Bend, Oregon.
Oh, Doug Benson.
He looks like he's fucking out of it all the time.
That's like his shtick. Is being
That's
high.
his shtick. Also, he's 50.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
He's 50. What the? I thought he'd be like late 30s at most. What the fuck?
All the big stoners are super old now.
Time stops.
They're our
Seth
parents'
Rogen's-
age.
Seth Rogen's in his 40s.
All
Yeah.
the big stoners are our parents' age.
Our parents were the big stoners.
Yeah,
Joe Rogan.
which is weird.
How old's Joe Rogan? He's like 50 something, right?
He's got to at least be in his 50s, yeah.
He's like 5'9".
Yeah? What's wrong with that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What's wrong with being under 5'10"-ish?
No, I think he's like shorter than that. I think he's like 5'5", 5'6".
I'm taller than Joe Rogan?
You might be.
Look up his height right now.
Hold on.
I can't be taller than Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan. Here, look at this. It's a Tito page.
I love Tito.
I fucking love it. Okay.
Tito and Coach McGregor.
Joe Rogan height.
I can't be taller than Joe Rogan.
5'8".
He's 1 inch taller than me.
Okay. Joe Rogan himself. You know how he talks about like monkeys and gorillas and stuff. He himself is like a chimp.
I have never listened to any of his podcasts, so I don't know.
I haven't either, but I know he talks about like monkeys and chimps. He himself is a hairless chimp. That's what he looks like. And that's not a dig on him. Hairless chimps are fucking.
All right, so you walk into like a zoo, right? And they're like, "Hey, we're looking. Hey, Chance. The zoo."
Did you know your name?
Like,
Yeah,
hey.
I go there a lot. I'm a little autistic kid
Yeah.
that they gave a free like life pass.
Like
for.
a
Yeah,
balloon?
he fell into the gorilla pit that one time, and they had to kill the gorilla to get him out.
I was so hated they had to change my race. It was black.
And they were like,
I see
yeah,
what you're
so
going for.
what we're looking for is we're looking for the missing link. We're looking for the most gorilla, simian, primate-like man.
Oh, this is Joe Rogan. You know Joe Rogan, like the old comedian.
Right.
Yeah,
So they're like, okay, we've got 2 leads, but you can only pick one of them. The one lead will lead you to Joe Rogan.
I know.
The other one will lead you to Ron Perlman.
Okay.
Which do you
okay.
choose and why?
I need to look
Joe
at a
Rogan
picture
has
of
a
Ron
daughter.
Perlman again.
I don't know if Ron Perlman has a son. If he does, those two make a baby. That's the missing link.
But what if their kids are like normal? They take after. What if they take after their human mothers?
That's like fucking Naruto and Sasuke's kids. They pay each
So that
other.
kid is gonna be the sage of the 6
Yeah.
monkeys.
Dude, holy shit, Ron Perlman's a fucking Neanderthal.
He looks like a gorilla. He's a great actor, but fuck.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's an amazing actor, but that brow.
Hey yo, little Donnie Dum Dum.
That brow darkens the whole room.
Oh my god.
Little Donnie Dum Dum.
This man's a silverback.
I can't.
It's weird
say.
that he's been like old.
Yeah.
He's been old the whole time I've been alive.
He was in fucking Alien.
Oh, yeah.
3.
Everyone who's listening, as of recording, Betty White died today.
Oh yeah, Betty White fucking died today.
Betty
Yeah.
White died today. A day before I fucking bet she would die, so I lost on my bet. My fucking Deadpool.
She was gonna turn
bet.
100 in 17 days. That's crazy. That's
Yep.
that's pretty good. Honestly, pretty good
was
comedic
her,
timing.
was her birthday MLK Day?
Might have. I don't care too much. I don't care that much, but might have been
17th. Martin Luther King Day.
Martin Luther King Day. Sean White. No, that's not Sean White.
Sean King.
Sean King. Yeah.
No, Sean White's the.
Sean White's the fucking snowboarder.
Yeah, he's CrossFit Carrot Top.
Jesus Christ. Oh.
Hey! Sean White's cool.
Hey.
Carrot Top was.
And then Carrot Top is the
He took the bog pill and he looks worse.
He was everywhere.
Yeah, he's the Botox Donnie Most.
We went to fucking LA. He was everywhere.
LA?
Vegas.
Vegas.
Vegas. He was
He
everywhere.
was fucking everywhere because he has like a show at the.
Was Chris
the
Angel
Luxor.
there?
Chris Angel was at one of the
Yeah.
hotels. I forgot what it was though.
He was.
I was almost like. You know, maybe we should.
Are you ready?
And apparently they have like a striptease show at the Luxor as well.
Yeah.
I wonder what it's like doing that, like working the
Every day.
working the Vegas. Oh God, what is it?
The strip.
Huh?
The circuit.
Circuit. Yeah, the Vegas circuit.
Wait, what's the Vegas circuit?
You're just going to hotel to hotel doing different shows.
But it's the same show day in, day out.
Well, someone like Carrot Top was at the Luxor every day, and they didn't move other ones.
Yeah.
They a lot of times they stick to the one
Yeah.
thing, and that's their shtick to like advertise the
The
hotel.
hotel, yeah.
Because if they go around to different ones, and
like
they're
the
not
Luxor had
giving
that striptease show, and then it also had Carrot Top and also the Blue Man Group.
yeah, the Blue Man Group was there too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And they also had their exhibitions, bodies, and
Titanic.
Titanic.
Which
Those
we
were both really
those
good.
were cool.
Who's the guy? Wayne Newton,
Hmm?
Mr. Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, I don't remember his
He
name.
was also Mr. New Vegas.
Mr. New Vegas.
Hmm.
Yeah, Mr. New Vegas was an AI, like in universe.
That's cool.
He's an AI that Mr. House created.
Voiced by Mr. Las Vegas.
Yeah, I don't know where that's from, but I know I looked it up and I was like, yeah, no, he's an AI.
I wonder where you can actually learn that in the game.
Yeah,
Probably
I'd
from
like to
the
know too.
Probably some dialogue somewhere, or like a
Some-
note
Probably
somewhere.
at least at some point in the game, yeah.
Earlier you mentioned something about the architect. That's a
Oh yeah.
That's
let them know about that.
I know a little bit about it. I don't
that's
remember.
that's a meme because there were pictures of like it's one picture of Pierce Brosnan and
Yeah,
his wife throughout the years.
and she's getting fatter and fatter.
Side note, I want to say that they're still together, and that's fucking awesome.
No, if you look at their like physical journey together, they are like the happiest couple.
God, that's so
Pierce,
fucking amazing.
what's his name?
Brosnan.
He's also a fantastic actor.
He
was
let
his
me
wife.
gush a little
I
bit.
don't remember her name, but she's like a British actress.
Yeah.
Or sorry, model.
She in like early in like the like 90s or something is when there's like a picture where he's like he looks kind of unhappy and she's happy. The next picture she's a little bit bigger. He looks a little more happy. Third picture she's a lot bigger. He's even happier. Fourth picture she's it's like current. And she's big.
How is she like obese?
She's not obese.
Okay.
She definitely looks like she used to model. Absolutely. Fourth picture where she's like what she is now. He's fucking beaming. He's so happy. And
he has also gotten bigger.
Yeah.
Is the thing. There are a couple who like just got fat and happy together.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Okay.
But the meme is he's the architect because he like for years he like sculpted his wife to the perfect
he
thing.
he slapped more clay on the sides and
And
kept
every
smoothing
time
it out.
every time like an actress like pictures of an actress gets out where she's a little chubby, people are like, oh, it's the architect's next project. And someone was like Elliot Page, the architect's most ambitious project yet.
Fuck.
But no, they are like a really cute couple.
It's
Okay.
It's like
fucking
it's
awesome.
like really nice to see.
That's my bond.
Yeah.
That's
Actually,
my
I'm gonna look
bond.
this up. Sounds cute.
Henry Cavill needs to be the next Bond. Well, that's gonna be that black chick, right? I don't remember her name.
Well, she's another 007, I think.
Oh, she won't be Bond, but she'll be 007.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pierce Brosnan, architect.
Nice. They could never get away with the fucking goofy ass names.
Yeah.
Pussy galore.
Taron Egerton.
Oh, this guy looks like a fucking like James Bond or something.
I would say Idris Elba.
Because he was James Bond.
Really?
Yes, he was.
Oh.
I would say Idris.
He was in fucking GoldenEye
Oh, okay.
I'd say Idris Elba like
10 years
10
ago.
years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can totally see why they wouldn't cast him now because he's a little too old for it.
Finn.
Finn?
Why can't I remember? John Boyega.
John Boyega.
I could see John Boyega doing it. I think he'd be a good Bond.
He's great in movies like Attack the Block, like the movies that he was in. The movie that he was in before Star Wars is kind of what he got famous off of, where it's like a bit more gritty, where he's not like a heroic quote unquote character. He's kind of like a not a rogue, but like a
Anti-hero?
kind of yeah. I feel like he's better as that kind of a character than kind of a suave actor.
I
mean,
could see him doing both.
Like I say, Daniel Craig did like gritty up Bond a bit,
Yeah, for sure.
like the scrotal torture scene from Casino Royale.
Is there like a laser?
No, there's a hacky sack on a rope and a chair with a hole in it that he sits in, and they fucking bang his nuts to torture him.
Oh,
What the fuck,
And
dude?
that's in Casino Royale.
What's Casino Royale?
that's the very first
That
Daniel
was the
Craig.
first Daniel Craig Bond movie.
There was a meme going around when the black chick was going to be like the next 007, where it's like a Matt Nicholson, and it's like no Miss Bond, we cannot play dominoes in this establishment.
I see you're out of money, Mrs. Bond. Well, that's all right. I hear you have a certain pass I am after.
No, Miss Bail Bond.
Oh.
No.
Oh, damn.
No.
Jesus.
That's a bit much.
Oh Christ. Oh.
That one's not a candidate for the cold open.
NAACP are gonna come after us.
There was one where it was like
After you.
where like one of these jokes where like he lost and he's like, I'm going to now swim away and you can't get me.
Jesus Christ.
I'm cutting this part.
No, keep it in. Keep it all in. Oh, God. Fuck, I wanted to...
This is the cross you'll die on. Is this his cross to bear?
His cross. I'm not bearing this shit.
I know we've talked about Star Wars a lot, incessantly, like too much.
I feel like Star Wars shoots itself in the foot whenever a new character is brought in because this new character can't be cool without having a connection to the Force.
Correct.
Like if J.J. Abrams didn't fuck up Finn by 20 minutes after his defection, he's shooting his brothers.
Yeah.
If a scene like that was like towards the end of the movie, and we kind of seen his struggle, seeing some of the bad shit that the Empire's been doing throughout the whole movie, and then at the end we see him finally decide to leave after a lot of painful fucking nights of oh shit, this is bad. And if he, I don't know, I don't want to keep talking about Star Wars so much, man.
So, let's did you watch season 2 of Mando?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Bill Burr had a better stormtrooper redemption
Yeah.
arc than Finn did.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it wouldn't have been as bad if they didn't build up Finn to be like the next Force user.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I wish they wouldn't
blue-ball
have.
us and almost completely diminish his importance.
I feel like if he would have died in 2 or in Force Awakens
In
8.
The Last Jedi.
Yeah, if he would have died in The Last Jedi, but it reveals that like in the next one he survived because he had some sort of force power to shield himself. I feel like that would have fit his character a lot because he doesn't want to see people die. Ergo, and that's how he develops these powers to he used force shield.
It's canon power.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. He comes back with like a bunch of like old like stormtroopers that have been like left out and shit. And he has a bunch of like salvaged armor, like sick ass salvaged armor.
All those stormtroopers in the fucking.
Yeah, he could have been the leader of that troop.
No, it would have been cool if they like reformed the old 5-0 first, but they worked for like the Resistance.
That would have been fucking sick.
That would have been fucking based.
And he gets the fucking
like ARC troopers.
what's the metal that stops lightsabers? Is it Beskar? Or?
Yeah, there's Beskar, there's Frick, there's Cortosis.
He would have had like a bunch of like anti like lightsaber like weapons and shit.
I think Frick would have been a good one at the time.
It would have been so much fucking cooler. I don't know, man.
Or like a Magna Guard staff.
Yeah.
Here's your water.
Again, we've talked about Star Wars incessantly. I don't want to keep talking about it.
Please don't fall around my kids.
Please don't fall around my kids. Rey was just a complete non-character. Yeah, I'm sorry. I keep falling into this trap of talking about Star Wars, and I'm done. I'm washing my hands clean of Star Wars.
That's my last thing. Speaking of movies, they're releasing a special edition of the Ghostbusters movies, where they have Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2, and Ghostbusters Afterlife, and that's it.
Yep.
All in one box set, and they just completely ignore the fucking 2016 reboot.
Pretty funny.
And the director, what was the director's name? Paul Feig? Feig?
I don't fucking know, dude.
I don't even remember. The director on Twitter was fucking bitching and moaning about that, but it's like, you gotta understand, your movie was fucking garbage. Not because there was women in it, because it just wasn't funny.
You wrote them bad.
You want to know what the bad guy of the movie is? Like at the very end, the big giant like monster they have to fight.
What was it?
It's the Ghostbusters logo. It's literally the Ghostbusters logo, because there's nothing symbolic about killing the logo of the franchise you're trying to reboot.
Mm.
When you think of Ghostbusters, what do you think of? The song, the fucking title, Ghostbusters, with the little ghost. Ghostbusters.
I think of Jews.
You think of what's his face getting a ghost blowjob?
You know what? Yeah, I do actually.
There are aliens here. That's how I made my crystal skull vodka.
Spectral fellatio. Can a ghost swallow?
It will, but it goes right through them.
When you nut and tracer and she recalls, does it go back into you? Or does it just like... Is it suspended for a quick second before it just...
It goes with her.
But why would it go with her? Because she's recalling... She's technically going back in time a couple seconds.
Well, it's not like the air in her lungs like leaves.
Yeah, she keeps the air in her lungs, but like, why...
The air in her lungs, the cum in her pussy. Yeah.
These are the things I think about. These are the things that I
If Goku could,
Please don't bring these topics up.
Goku clenched his ass.
See, I hate that you bring up these topics because I have to answer them. I have no choice but to think about them, and I have to give you an answer, and I don't want to.
If Tracer doesn't turn you on, then you're gay.
No, what Caleb won't tell you is there's a gun to his head, and he has to answer these, or he's not coming home tonight.
It's just like a moral obligation to end some of the mysteries in the world.
You're like my handler. You're like the tard handler, and I'm like asking really stupid fucking questions.
Yeah, just keep your chin up, buddy.
Caleb, you need to tell Chance what you wanted to do at Baskin Robbins when you worked there.
I think I told you about this a long time ago, but I wanted to like be in a wheelchair and have Parker push me in there and be like pretend I'm a guy with like MS or something.
Oh god, dude!
Just to have you not like laugh.
And then you would have had to like pretend you didn't know me to keep your job.
You should have done the FDR. If you would have done that, you should have done the FDR like blanket over the legs and shit too.
Yeah. And we were gonna be like,
Yeah.
and
I mean, I wouldn't do that now.
Parker was gonna be like, oh yeah, he wants peanut butter or something.
Yeah, I'm
Parker would have been your translator.
I wanted Parker to be my trans. I brought it up and they said yeah. But yeah, I would have. I would have. That's what I wanted.
Flavor.
No, not even that coherent. But then, like, I wanted to come back in like an hour later, normally, like by myself. And it's
Yeah,
like,
how's
oh,
it
hey,
going?
Chance.
I remember one time working there.
I don't know if you've gotten fired, but something would have happened. I would have gotten banned for sure.
No, they would have been. They would have laughed. My boss had a good sense of humor.
Oh.
She was cool. My coworkers, some of them were cool.
Should have been okay with someone acting as if they were mentally disabled, and or physically disabled.
Yeah, she thought that would have been funny.
Really?
Hopefully, I think. Anyways, there was one woman who walked in there that, curiously, my other coworkers they didn't ignore, but they were just like doing work, you know, like wiping shit
Not
down.
talk to them.
Yeah, and so I go over. I'm like, hey, you know, welcome to Baskin Robbins. What would you like, or what kind of? I forgot what I would say. I had a whole fucking.
How
spiel.
can I help you?
How can I help
What
you?
can I do you for?
Hey, welcome in. How's it going? Take your time. If there's anything you'd like, you know, just let me know.
Yeah.
How many iced cream do you want to do?
This woman was almost incoherent.
Oh.
I could
And they all
barely
knew.
understand.
Everyone else knew that they like, no, don't talk to her.
I could barely understand her. She was like, I forgot what she was saying, but she kept. I want lactate. Lactate. She kept mentioning lactate,
Well,
which is a milk-free milk.
You don't have that at Baskin Robbins, I'm sure.
Or she was saying like lactode. That's what she was saying. Lactode. And like I kind of understood what lactode. And I was like, oh, did you want like the non-dairy stuff? And I showed her some of the ice cream.
Well, yeah, you have non-dairy, so yeah.
I gave her some of the ice creams, and that was it. But it was like so fucking awkward.
Like you
Trying to like.
Wait, she picked out a flavor and you got it all ready.
I gave her the watermelon, which wasn't. I didn't have any dairy in it.
Was
And
that
it
what
was
she
all.
wanted?
She didn't know what she wanted. She wanted to know if we had any ice cream that didn't have dairy in it.
Could you pay for it?
Yeah, she paid.
Okay.
It was just I get so awkward having to like go through these
So
situations.
good.
Like there was an old dude who looked like Fred Armisen who still walks around this neighborhood
Yes,
to this day.
that guy.
I think you've told me about him.
Yeah, the chocolate shake guy. He's famous because he would always come in and ask for a large chocolate shake. And we go, okay. Do you have the money for it? Oh, I don't have any money. And we're like, well, we can't make it for you. And he'd like stay for like 5 seconds, then he'd leave. Mentally deficient. He didn't have a whole lot going on there. Sometimes he'd have the money, sometimes he wouldn't have the money. Sometimes he'd have shit burbling out the back of his pants when he'd walk in. One time when we said no, he walked out in front of the store and just dropped trout and started pissing.
Yeah.
Just straight up, just started fucking
Stop
pissing.
telling him no.
We can't just give him free ice cream.
It's a power
A
play.
large. You want to know how many?
Is it really free if you're paying for the labor to clean up this man's pee and poo?
Well, no, it's outside, so we don't got to
You
clean
know
that
what?
up.
That's very polite of him to go outside and do that instead of.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've had kids throw up.
Yeah,
I don't want.
You've cleaned vomit in the store. If you peed outside, it's fine.
I don't want to see an old man with his gangrenous fucking weird retard cock pissing. Okay.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if
I
you'd
haven't
done that
either.
in the store, you'd have gotten a closer, more detailed look.
And the smell.
And you would have gotten the...
Imagine the
Ooh,
smell.
I bet you he hasn't had water in 30 years.
We couldn't.
Let alone chocolate shake.
We couldn't. Yeah, it looked like a chocolate shake coming out. We couldn't
Consistency.
give him a free chocolate shake because like the amount of ice cream put into a large chocolate shake was too much.
Was it more than 2 scoops?
It was way more than 2. It was like 4 or 5 fucking scoops
Oh my god.
for a large shake.
How large is
Because
the
large is fucking was huge.
It's American large, so
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
all those Europeans watching.
It's like the biggest Jack in the Box cup because Jack in the Box is known for their big ass cups.
I haven't been to Jack in the Box in 15
Is it like a
years.
big gulp?
What about it was a big gulp cup. It was very fucking large.
Okay.
Very large.
I don't mean to play footsies with you, Caleb. I'm sorry.
There was one girl who was super friendly, and then a couple girls, but that was really easy to like talk to. And then I found out that she was kind of a slut, and that made more sense. Because sluts are really good at being friends with men, but also they you know, their pussy isn't exclusive. It's you know, passing out to everybody. Here's a little crumb of pussy.
The crumb.
And she was a cool girl, but she would just like bring drama from home into work. Like her parents would come in and like talk to her, and they'd be like arguing while I'm trying to do work, and it's like,
Jesus.
bitch, go outside. I can work the store. Please, fucking go. I had another coworker. I'm not gonna name her name. She was also really fucking cool. She did derby and shit, and she was really tough. She was fucking great.
Derby?
And, yeah,
Like
roller
race?
derby.
What's that?
Bunch of girls get in with like roller rinks and like just beat the shit out of each other.
What?
Yeah.
More or less. It's like
I've never
It's like
heard
a
of
race,
this.
but
What?
you're allowed physical contact.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never heard of this.
And one night, this other girl, her parents were there, and we were like, oh shit, they're gonna start arguing. So this girl just starts like singing because we're doing like a cleanup. We're packing everything up, and she's like singing loudly over these fucking people, and it was fucking hilarious because she was just like, it was basically her telling this girl and her parents to fucking go.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't.
That's pretty brave to do as an employee.
It was.
Of a, right, yeah.
She was a really good singer too. She sounded almost exactly like the Evanescence chick.
Wow.
Yeah, it was honestly a treat hearing her sing every night. And
That's cute.
I had some good memories working there, but a lot of dumb people. You know, you've heard the story of me saying, you know, the lady asking if the hot fudge was hot.
Yeah.
That was
I heard your
stupid.
stories.
It's kind of makes me sad how people can just be born with like a talent like singing, and it's really nice, and it's just like,
well,
the rest of us can't.
some people
do that
are
shit.
born being good at singing, but like, you can also work yourself up there to be good.
Yeah,
at singing.
I know. I mean, there is a cap. There's a cap based on your genes.
Well,
Yeah, of
absolutely,
course.
yeah. Sometimes people win the genetic lottery, and sometimes
It's like that fucking bastard Josh Groban.
the crooner.
That beautiful man. Yeah.
Again, like what D said. Who? Well, not D. Everyone around D in that one episode of Always Sunny. Who's Josh Groban?
He's a singer. My mom
He's
likes.
a beautiful man.
I've heard the name. I don't know what he looks like or sounds like.
You remember Elliot Yamin? He was a. I think he won American Idol.
He got third.
A
He
Melican?
got third.
I think so.
Are you saying a Melican because I started saying that like last year?
He started saying that a while ago. You know, my mom was a big fan of his. She bought his like
His Christmas
two of his
album.
like CDs and his Christmas album. Yeah, it's not terrible.
I think Ruben Studdard just got a job as a music professor somewhere.
I don't even know what the fuck that
He
is.
was one of the guys who won American Idol.
Yeah, again, I don't.
He was the one, like, you know who Clay Aiken is?
Yeah, gay man.
Yeah, it was those two in the final two, and Ruben Studdard beat him.
Oh, what's Clay Aiken doing? What's his MO besides sucking dick?
He still sings.
Does he still sing?
Mhm.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Him and Elton John are kind of like grouped together, but Elton
Why?
John's like way better. I don't know.
And
They're
then,
just both gay singers.
There's Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah, she's probably the most famous one.
She's
I'd
got a
say.
talk show, I think.
Yeah. You know, Drew Barrymore also has a talk show.
Yeah, I hear it's actually pretty good.
That's weird. Out of like,
Who are you guys talking about?
they're actresses, singers.
We're talking about mainstream people, Ryan.
These names that you're telling me are things that my mom would talk about.
Yeah, your mom would watch the Drew Barrymore show.
I don't know who that
Ooh,
is.
it's not good anymore.
It's weird that like.
That sounds like a
I don't know.
50s like person. These names.
Martha Stewart.
You're not wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She was the
She's in her
pineapple.
50s.
It sounds like you're talking about fucking like
She's in her 40s. She's whatever.
Frank Sinatra to me or
Younger than
something.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah. She was the pineapple lady.
Who?
Drew Barrymore
In what?
in 50 First Dates. She's the pineapple.
There's a woman
Right.
named Drew.
Yeah, that's her name.
That's what we were just talking
That's a
about. Drew
strange
Barrymore.
name for a woman.
Yeah, Drew's kind of a unisex name.
Mm.
Yeah.
Name another one.
I don't know.
I always thought it was short for Andrew.
Drew Barrymore.
Well, there was a chick I knew in second grade whose name was Andrea.
Andrea.
And Andrea and
Andrea.
she would sometimes go by Drew.
Usually just. Yeah, okay. Okay. I'll allow it. I'll allow it right now. It's okay.
Oh, wow. How long have we been going?
Hour 38.
Hour 38.
Hour 39 now.
Okay.
This is the last step. This is part 1.
This is part 1 of the last episode. Yeah.
So before we sign, are we gonna sign off soon, or what are we doing?
Yeah, let's sign off.
We are at the delirious point. You guys are fucking slurring.
Or
slurring.
I haven't even. You guys have drinking wine. And I don't drink, so
I kind of want to like end this off on like audio of me pissing.
we have already had a video of you pissing on other.
I'm gonna record audio of me
Yeah, that
pissing.
shocked
Can you
me.
can you
You
add
watched that?
the
I regret it.
can you add in the audio of me pissing as the outro?
Okay.
Okay.
So the intro is gonna be me eating a kiwi really up close.
Yeah,
the outro is gonna be
gonna be
Jens
him.
pissing.
Me pissing, yeah.
Did you watch our Omega Mart video?
Yeah.
You watched that one too?
Yeah.
We just uploaded that like a few days ago.
Okay, I'll stop watching your videos when they come out then.
Yeah, what the hell are you talking
I'm just
What-
saying.
what-
Are you
what-
sure it's the right one?
Is it the one that had chance in it?
But we had 2 Vegas.
The one where you go to Omega Mart?
Yes.
The video about Omega Mart where you're inside Omega Mart?
Yeah.
It couldn't possibly be that one.
Okay.
This was what I deal with.
I watched it. I watched them both.
How'd you feel about Omega Mart?
You guys didn't show the whole thing, so I couldn't give
We
you,
got bits and bobbles of it.
you undermined me right at the end by saying we're not going to spoil the whole thing.
Yes.
Well,
You probably would have gotten taken down if you did.
Well, no, there were videos of people explaining the whole story.
It's really confusing in a way, almost. It'd be hard.
Well, not really. It's because we didn't go about it like a certain way.
And yeah, and we didn't even record it all. So
There were a
we
lot
should
of
do
really
it.
cool, like. We never talked about our Vegas trip on one of these things.
We didn't.
We'll do a little bit now, just a little bit. We don't gotta get too
We'll do it
hard.
on this part 2.
Part 2, okay.
No, part 2 is for the rest of the boys.
Well, and the Vegas trip can be included.
Nah, we don't know how to do that. We'll just add a little bit now. Oh, there was a lot of cool, like little, like I guess shortcuts in Omega Mart to like different areas because there's like 3 different areas. There's the actual Omega Mart itself. There's the corporate area, and then there's 4: Omega Mart, corporate area, dusty desert town, and then warehouse.
Production factory.
Yeah, production factory. And there were ways to get from like the Omega Mart to the corporate area, but it's so fucking weird. There's like a little pillar in the middle of the thing where they have a bunch of shirts going around. But if you kind of look a little closer at it, one of the shirts, there's like a little like black like area behind it. It's a little like spiral staircase up to where the corporate area is. And I remember looking up the corporate area. There's like a pillar in the middle of that where there's a bunch of like locker looking things. And I noticed a seam going inside. I'm like, is there a way to open this? And that was where that opening was.
You can only get there in one way.
Yeah.
You can't open it. You can open it from the inside, which leads from the Omega store to the corporate office.
Yeah. And there was like a little area in the little dusty town village. There's like a bunch of little mini like pueblos that you can walk in. There's like computers and stuff you can interact with. And there was a little area where you could like crawl in, and there was like a little baby like rock climbing thing. There was like a rope and like a bunch of areas you had to like step on and stuff.
Yeah.
It was really fucking cool. I'd love to go again.
I'd love to. The whole time we were there, I was like, I want to bring Kaleb here
Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
because it would just been fun to have you here.
Yeah.
I would have stolen your naked picture idea.
I should have done
Because
that.
there was in the hotel, there was a door that led to the another room. Like,
Yeah.
So there were groups of 2 rooms in the hotel, and there was a door between them that was able to link up. I think if both room people unlock the doors, they can open and go in.
Yeah.
I don't know, because we unlocked our side and we couldn't get in to the other
Yeah.
room.
It was really weird.
Because it's not our room, but yeah.
I'll hire one of the
So it could have been like you there.
one of the street level strippers to come. They could take a photo of my ass.
Why can't we just? I could do it.
You don't get that blessing.
I should have taken that pic. For context, I wanted to take a picture of myself naked, butt ass, with my ass out in front of the big fucking like window we got.
Just
on
so
the
you're
side of
silhouetted with like maybe your nuts hanging down a little bit.
No, not with my nuts. I would have had like a cup or something. Like, we're in Vegas. That sort of
I think I
thing.
was telling him I wanted like the sash for a bathrobe, but just like out like that, so it looked like my cock was on the ground.
Jacques Lecoq.
Zip.
But Vegas was fun. I mean, it wasn't the most fun, but it was alright.
Walking the strip wasn't hellish.
It was
but
tiring.
It was, oh my god. It
We
was
only
fucking tiring.
saw like a third of
It
everything.
was a
to
lot
see.
of like stimulus.
Yeah, there was a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, well, you
Also,
you walk for 15 minutes and make progress of like a 5-minute walk. It's weird.
Well, also we didn't make a whole lot of progress because I ate like shit and I had to shit a lot.
Bathrooms are our mortal enemy. Every like 30 minutes, we have to find a new bathroom.
But there was a bathroom available for us everywhere, which was super fucking great. Because
And they weren't that busy usually.
yeah, Because, like, in Washington, like, a lot of places around here, because I'm experienced with going into places just to take a shit.
From your job.
My job.
Put on your resume.
A lot of places you have to ask.
Put a yellow vest on. You take a shit.
Oh, you gotta take a shit?
Shit man here.
Shit man here?
Yeah, shit, man.
Shit man.
Alright, you guys passed your shit inspection. Oh, you gotta ask, and if...
I also passed.
I
Just
also
leave.
passed. Yeah, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, you'd have to ask because there's a lot of, like, homeless people here walking in and stuff. There was a lot of homeless people in Vegas.
But
The city was still clean.
yes,
The city tries very hard to keep its image of a...
at night there were people in vests that were literally going over
Like,
everything
cleaning up
outside.
the puke, cleaning
and,
up all the, like, bottles.
Wet wipes on everything, on the stairs, on the railings at night.
Whereas you know, around here where we live, they don't fucking care. People don't clean that shit up.
And they can do that in Vegas because, guess what? The outside air felt like you were inside a building at all time because it was just so dry and, like, clear. There was no moisture in the air, so, the outside didn't feel that much different from the inside, other than air conditioning.
It was kind of like in Hawaii. It just felt completely different.
It's comfortable all the time.
But
It's
Hawaii
weird.
was like damn near 100% humid.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, God.
Because the ocean's all around you.
Yeah.
That would kill me. And
It was humid and I was fucking still sunburnt.
it wasn't even that... Even though it got to, like, 78 degrees, it didn't feel that
Because
bad.
we went in November, so...
Oh, yeah. But over here, if it's 78 degrees, it's fucking... I'm dead. I don't know what's the correlation.
The humidity.
Yeah.
We're pretty humid here.
Yeah, we
on
are.
the coast.
Once we got into Oregon, Western Oregon, I felt like at home.
I felt rejuvenated. Yeah.
I didn't feel dry. I wasn't like getting like cracked knuckles anymore and stuff.
We drove home and it was
Cracked lips.
Melancholic.
it was very, but it was raining super hard and it sucked ass because I couldn't see shit.
And I was like, oh, yep, we're back.
Yeah.
Like Bend, Oregon is the exact middle between pine trees everywhere and fucking desert. Because the one side of Bend is literally just a desert when right as you come in, and then Bend itself has pine trees around it.
I don't remember No, it wasn't desert. It was more like a lot of like cliffs and canyons.
Well, yeah,
It wasn't really desert.
it was
just-
dusty.
Yeah.
That game Days Gone takes place in Bend, Oregon, and the first half of the game is northern forest area, and the second half of the game is like Dusty Canyon.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly what it was. It was.
That's cool.
Ben felt like a home away from home. It felt
Yeah.
like a place stuck in a different time.
It felt like bootleg Washington. It was
Because-
weird.
Would you move there if you could?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
If I would pick anywhere in Oregon I've been to, which is not very many places,
Yeah, we haven't been.
we'd just probably Bend.
It was because I don't think you understand the feeling I felt pulling into that fucking Blockbuster and there was like a Pizza Hut next to it.
It felt like
Whoa.
yeah,
There's a Pizza Hut.
There was a Pizza
right next
Hut
to the
right next
Blockbuster.
to the
It's a Papa Murphy's,
Papa Murphy's, yeah, Papa Murphy's.
Still.
God damn that.
which is actually kind of better because
And I
Taking stuff
completely...
home.
yeah,
And I completely forgot that they pump your gas for you because
Yeah.
after we were done at Blockbuster, we pulled into this gas station right next
I
to
thought
it.
they just ended that.
no,
Oh.
it's still all around.
There was
The couple times we filled up at Oregon, they did that.
we only
first.
filled up twice in Oregon, and the first time we did, the guy didn't. Well, no, we only filled up like once in Oregon because we weren't in Oregon very very long. We went to that gas station the first time, and the guy did come. Oh, yeah, no, the guy did come up because he thought we were going to fill up, but no, we didn't.
Yeah,
So never mind. No, they still do that. Yeah,
we,
the guy.
we did pump our gas once after the Mountain Town.
Yeah,
It was,
yeah,
we did that ourselves because it said self-serve.
yeah,
But the other ones don't. When they don't say self-serve, there's usually a person there.
yeah. But the guy who pumped our gas for us was just the nicest fucking dude. It was cool.
Asking where we're doing, what we're from,
why we're here, that sort of deal.
but like in a friendly, cool way.
Yeah.
Not like where you're from.
The Airbnb was cool. It was a small,
Very small place.
very small place, but it had TV, bed, heating.
And there's a place that creeped you out there.
There was a place that really fucking creeped me out in this little Airbnb. There was a closet right next to the bed. And in that closet was direct access to the basement.
Jesus.
Like the crawl space.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I didn't notice it until I walked on it, and it went boom under my thing because I stepped on
going
like
on
the
with that?
panel, and it like lifted one side and then fell back down really quickly.
And then I opened it up and I was like, oh, that's nice.
did you see like the pink like insulation?
Yeah,
and stuff?
A pink man.
the Owens. What
Saw a
was
big
the-
pink-
Oh, Owens Corning fiberglass installation.
You saw a big pink
Installation.
man with insulation teeth,
a
and he
big
was like,
pink
"Ah."
man.
And so, but we put our suitcase over that just so if it made any noise, we'd hear it in the night.
There's a 3-bedroom townhouse for rent in Bend, Oregon for $2,400.
Three-bedroom townhouse.
What's the square footage?
That's a bit expensive.
1,450.
That's pretty small.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like expensive. No, that's
What?
That's normal.
Ours isn't that much smaller.
Ours is like 900.
Yeah.
It's a townhouse, so it's like 2
But
stories.
500 extra square feet is a lot.
Yeah.
But it was really weird going into Bend, Oregon. It felt like
There's one for 1,800. That's 950 square feet.
it felt like Puyallup. Like Bend, Oregon felt like Puyallup.
Racist?
Not, huh?
It felt like a
that's
cozy,
the best it has.
smaller town, but not super small, but small enough.
Is that the rep that Puyallup has? It's racist.
Wait,
Really?
What are you talking about?
Yeah. What the fuck are you talking about?
I haven't experienced anything. That's just the rep it has. is that
I've
it's
never
full of-
heard this.
I've never heard of that.
It's just full of like Trumpers,
What?
but like rich Trumpers.
That's like Graham, maybe.
No,
Not-
Graham's the poor Trumpers.
Yeah.
No, rich people live in Graham. I'm gonna say that right now. Like, not rich, but like people who can
I do
retire.
have a dude that I work with who lives in Puyallup who is kind of like that.
My only experiences with people in Graham are your parents and my ex's parents.
It's people's parents.
And your parents are like relatively well off, and my ex's parents were
Poor.
crime.
Oh.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go get some audio of me pissing, and then
Yeah, I'm gonna go get some water to also get audio of me pissing later.
we're gonna compile our piss audio.
Yeah, we have to compress it and layer it.
I could do it. Wait, compress it?
Yeah.
So we're gonna make it really shitty sounding?
Yeah.
I'll take out Chance's lows and your highs, and we'll just have some weird, like, middle piss, like, amalgamation.
We'll have to try to harmonize our piss.
Do a piss harmony, then bass boost it.
You're putting a lot of work
No,
into
we gotta use that
post-Ryan.
as our like drill backing track for like our new drill band.
drill and bass
Yeah, drill and bass.
with ska tones. Go piss.
I remember
Go
we were
piss.
gonna make a techno beat, and when the beat drops, it's just like you taking a shit.
You taking shit. We're patenting that.
No, you used to have the audio of the girl going, "Oh my god!"
That's not a girl. That was a dude in playing like a game. I forgot what it was.
So yeah, girl.
Poland.
Okay, everyone, we'll see you in part 2.